everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie. Today I have my introduction to my rolling Project 10 pan for the year. I really enjoyed doing a rolling style project pan last year, and I'm looking forward to doing one again this year. So I have 10 items here in front of me with all sorts of different goals. I'm looking forward to hitting pan and more items this year, to finishing things, but even more than that, just tracking uses on items. I do have some panning goals for different categories. I did a whole video about that, so I can link that for you. Mostly focusing on my lip products and my cheek products, getting so many uses out of every product this year. So you will be seeing quite a few like use style goals for my project pans, but I do have some that I want to hit pan on and use up and all that good stuff too. All right, let's go ahead and start with some lip products. I think that would be fun. So I have 3 lip products that I'm going to be starting the year off with. First one is a lip liner, and this is a new lip liner to me. This is the Delilah lip line, and it's in the shade Buff. It's a really nice kind of like pinky nude, everyday type of a shade, nothing too crazy. This is totally like my style of lip liner. I don't really feel like I need lip liners in a bunch of different colors when I have like a neutral shade like this that pretty much works for everything. So this is brand new to me. I've never used it before. I thought that would be fun to see how long it takes me. I do have a new tracking sheet here. So let me just fold this out to make it easier. So this is where I am starting with the lip liner. So I have a mark here, and I will be tracking the progress every month that I update you. I did start it with the packaging at the very bottom, and I rolled it all the way up. I don't want to risk holding it up because I'm worried that this might break because it's so thin, but my goal for this is going to be to finish it up. I think that this will be a product that's in for the majority of the year. But it's very creamy. It looks like it'll work well with like everyday looks. So I'm really looking forward to getting some nice use out of this. Another lip product I have is a lipstick. So this is from Ulta Beauty. It's the Velvet Matte Lip Crayon. I have the shade Terrestrial. It's a like crayon type thing. It just scrolls up. I have used a decent amount of this. And this is more of like a just everyday nude shade. It has a little bit of a peachy base to a peachy pink, but I think paired with the lip liner, it'll work well. This is something that I can wear every day, and it is matte, but it doesn't feel super drying on the lips, which I appreciate. I also have that item here on my tracker as well. So this is where I am starting, and I will be tracking my progress as I work my way down. Because it's in a crayon like stick, I expect there to be a pretty decent amount of progress in between each, just because the like width of the lipstick itself isn't very wide. It's not like a normal bullet lipstick where sometimes that progress is a little bit slower to track because there's so much surface area. So I think that this will be exciting for our updates. And I do want to finish this all the way up. This is my 3rd year of having it. And if you're not familiar, I don't like to keep products in my collection, especially non-powder products, for more than 3 years. So I do need to finish this up this year. So that's why I'm putting it in my project pan. But because it's an everyday shade, I'm not concerned about struggling to use it. I think this will be pretty easy for me to finish up, but it will probably take me a few months to do so. Okay, the other item I have is a lip gloss, and I have a use goal on this. I'd like to use it 10 times. So this is from I Heart Revolution, and this is from the Aristocats like collab that they did. This is in the shade Marine. This is what I'm wearing on my lips today. It's like a white icy with a pink reflect lip gloss. It is really, really pretty. I really like it for the wintertime. It gives me like Ice Queen vibes, which is going to be a little bit of a theme that you'll see with another product, but I think it's really pretty. It's especially pretty layered on other products. Like if I had the lip liner on and then put this on top, would be like extra pretty. My goal for this project is to use it 10 times. Like I said, I want to make sure that I'm getting use out of everything in my collection. And I just typically am more drawn to an icier vibe in January, February when it's like really cold where I live. So I figured this would be a good one to start the year off with. Okay, next I have a little bit of a gimme product. This is my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I have the shade Fair Beige. This is my winter shade. I do have a shade that fits me better in the summertime in my collection as well. As you can see, there's a lot of windowing in here. There's really not like that much product left. If you were to kind of look down in there, there's not too much in there. I do think I will pull the stopper out. My goal is to finish it up. I'm still able to get a decent amount of product when I, pull the applicator out every day, but I will try to, scrape the sides and get as much use out of this as I can. I am on a beauty no-buy period right now, so I'm only making replacement purchases, and this is something I would replace because my other concealer I have isn't the right shade for me right now. But I really want to kind of like scrape this and use as much out of it as I can. I love the formula. This is going to be very easy for me to use. I typically use this, a little dot under each eye, and then if I have any blemishes that I want a little bit extra coverage, I will dot a little bit on. But I don't use like a ton of concealer in my everyday makeup routine. It's nice to have a concealer, but it's not like I'm painting my face with it. So I do think that this will be kind of like a gimme product, but at the same time, I don't use too much of it. So I don't know, maybe next time we'll pull the stopper out and then see how far I get from there. But like I said, when I pull the wand out, I still have a lot of product on it. So it's close to being done, but not like I'm going to finish it tomorrow close, if that makes sense. Okay, another product I have that kind of relates to the concealer is my under eye setting powder. My goal is to hit pan on the powder this year. So it comes from my Hourglass quad here. I focused a lot on this last year, and this is the shade right here that I use to set my under eyes. This is the finishing powder in the shade Soft Light. It's kind of got a yellowy tint to it. I do find that it does brighten my under eyes. It sets my concealer really nicely without it making it look too like crepey or like, I want to say like crunchy. Like sometimes you get little like, I don't know, buildup of concealer and powder under there, but this powder works really well for me. So I would like to hit pan on this. As far as like the doming, it definitely has a flat top. I've been using it very consistently, and I'm working right down the middle. So hopefully I will be able to get that tile to show really nicely here. But this is also going to be something that's going to be in for quite a while because I just dip my, brush in, slightly dust underneath each eye, and that's pretty much how I use this. So it's not like I'm using a lot of product, but I think with consistent effort, I can get pan by the end of the year. So that's what I'm going to be rolling in from this quad right now. Anyway, I'm sure I'll be rolling other shades in from this throughout the year. Next, I've got a bronzer that I would like to finish. This is the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer. I do already have pan on this one. So this is what it's looking like right now. The pan itself has been expanding pretty nicely. I can see from the sides that it's worn down pretty well. Like there's a lot of side pan showing. So that tells me that, the product is getting thinner and thinner. So I think that this pan will expand pretty quickly. It is a matte bronzer. I'm really enjoying it right now. I've worn it for the last week or so to make sure I still liked it. The color works for me. So my goal is to finish this one up all the way because I already have pan on it. And, it's not that I don't like it. I just need to use it up. So that is going to be the goal for the bronzer. I do have a blush palette in here. So this is new to me. It's the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Blush Palette. And there are 3 or 4 different like shade selections. I chose 110 Plum Blossom, which is the deepest. And I really am enjoying this for the winter time. So there are 3 shades here. Specifically, I'm enjoying this center shade and this shade right here. This one has a little bit of sparkle in it, which is kind of fun. These other 2 are matte. I really haven't reached into this shade yet. I think this will be really pretty in the summertime for like a sunburnt kind of glow to the cheek. But right now I'm really loving these 2 for the winter time. Gives you that fresh from outside, like rosy cheek glow. They are very pigmented, so I have to be very light-handed with them. Otherwise it can get a little clownish on me, but that's okay. So my goal for this is to reach for this palette in any capacity 30 times. I will be tracking which shades I pick, but the goal for the project pan is to just reach for this 30 times. Again, I bought this in mind for winter season. I mean, it's kind of a bonus that this will work in the summertime, but because I'm in the winter, I want to make sure that I'm reaching for this and using it. I guess I can give you a little bit of a swatch here of the 2. So this is the first shade. This is the second shade. They are really, really intense, but they are beautiful. So there's a little bit of a swatch. I haven't really seen anybody talk about these. I got mine off of Ulta. It's been hard to find on other websites, so I don't know if this is like limited edition or what the deal is, but I'm really enjoying it so far. Okay, and I do have a highlighter I'm going to be working on as well. This is the ColourPop Super Shock in the shade Monster, and my goal is going to be to use this 20 times in the project. So it is newer to me. I picked this up in December at the end of the year, and this is kind of like the Marie Gloss. It's a white with a pink purple shift to it, and I really, really like it. I have been really enjoying kind of having this pinky, icy, cooler tone vibe going on. So I did swatch it right here. Hopefully it's picking something up. I just think it's really gorgeous. Here it is kind of on my finger if that helps. So yeah, the goal is going to be to use this 20 times in the project pan because not every eye look goes well with the pinky highlight. I do think that this will take me a couple of months, but I have been really enjoying it. It's so creamy. I really like the Super Shock Formula for blush, or I'm sorry, for highlight, because it just blends so nicely into everything else. So I'm really looking forward to getting more use out of this one, and it's newer to me, so it's still kind of like new and exciting. All right, that brings me to my final two products, which are both eyeshadows. So the first one is my Ulta Beauty single eyeshadow in the shade Pure as Snow. So I have continued to work on this. I have a very good pan in here. My goal is going to be to finish this up. I use this every day to set my primer. I use it as my brow bone highlight, and I also will use this to help blend any shades that maybe got a little bit too dark or kind of like too far up in my crease. I can use a little bit of this with a blending brush to kind of like erase it a little bit, or at least soften it. So my goal is going to be to finish this up. I do have quite a bit of pan showing. As you can see, the sides are getting thinner and thinner. And yeah, I mean, I think that this will be easy for me to do. It's a shade I use every day, so it's not that big of a deal. I definitely will be keeping the packaging because you can pop this out. I think that having like a little single eyeshadow, case like this will be really nice to have in my collection for other shades. So I'm very much looking forward to finishing this up. This is a beast of an eyeshadow. It's been taking me a couple of years to get, good use on it, but I feel like I've finally turned the corner. I'm like very close to, finishing it. And I should be seeing this pan expand very quickly. So I will be doing before and after photos of like the bronzer and this eyeshadow and stuff too. Okay, the other eyeshadow I have is also a utility shade to me. So it's in this little Z palette I have, but it comes from the ColourPop That's Taupe palette. This is the shade Bedrock. It's kind of like a cool tone, gray brown type of a shade, and I'm using it as my eyeliner right now. So I love to use shades like this in my collection as eyeliner. I just take a flat liner brush that I got from e.l.f. I spray it with setting spray, and then I dig in here and just line my eyes. Doing that method of eyeliner for a few years, and I absolutely love it, and it lets me use my collection a little bit more too. So my goal is going to be to hit pan on this eyeshadow. I do obviously have a dip in there, but ColourPop matte shades do take quite a while to hit pan on, and this one especially, I've gone through and hit pan on other liner shades in my ColourPop palettes, and they take me quite a few months. So this will be one that I know I can hit pan on this year. It probably will take me, I would say, like a good 3 more months before I have pan on this. But I think that throughout the year, I'll probably just keep substituting in other liner shades and rotate through my collection a little bit more that way. So that is going to be it for my project pan introduction. I know I've seen a lot of people kick off different project pans here. If you're doing a project pan, please let me know in the comment section so I can go check out your products and what your goals are for the year. I'm really looking forward to the progress that I'm going to make on these items. If I were to guess, the first 2 that'll be out, I'll probably hit my use goal on the gloss pretty quickly, and I do think that this concealer will be quick to go as well. So that's going to be my hypothesis for the upcoming month, that those 2 might be close to being on their way out. We'll see, but I'm definitely looking forward to being able to roll through a variety of items in my collection this year. So that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.